Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryankarvavahai Tejasvinhavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Bhadram Karne Bhishnuyama Devaah Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraah Sthirairangai Stuštuvagum Sastanubihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vruddhashavaah Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedhaah Swasti nastarksho Arishtanemihi Swasti no Brahaspatir Dadhatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vansharusibhyo Mahatbhyo Namo Gurubhyah. Sarvopaplavarahitah Pragnanaghanah Pratyagartho Brahmaivahamasmi Brahmaivahamasmi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Yesterday, while concluding, we said there is threefold Shanti that we pray for it, because there are threefold obstacles that come. One is Adhyatmikaha, from my physio-psycho complex, some physical illness or some psychological issues born out of pattern of thinking, born out of certain undigested, unresolved experiences of the past that may cause disturbance while I am studying, while I am listening to Shastra. Another is Adi Bhautikaha, from fellow beings, human beings as well as the animal kingdom or the birds kingdom, or the creation, the known world. Typical Indian example. Some music going on, marriage party, a lot of noise and the sound coming up to you, and you have no choice but to bear that. And the third is Adi Daivikaha, from Devatas, factors over which you have no control, from natural forces. Too much of rain or heat or whatever, something like that. So we pray for peace, removal of all those obstacles over which I have no control, over which I cannot change or cannot address them. There is a prayer. And the prayer is, as we said, it is of, since the Upanishad belongs to Atharva Veda, there is a Shanti mantra of Atharva Veda. The mantra is Bhadram Karne Vishrunuyama Devaha. Certain words do not have any English translation. Bhadram is one of the words. You may translate it as auspiciousness, or we may translate as sacredness. But Bhadram means Kalyanam. May we hear which is sacred, may we hear which is auspicious. What is the most sacred thing? The most sacred is the self. Asangatvat Atma is asangaha, nitya shuddhaha. That being a case, it is most sacred. And the knowledge of the self is something most auspicious. And that auspicious, the thing can be auspicious if it is meaningful, if it is truthful. So when there is a prayer, Badram Karnevi Shruniyam Devaha, may we listen auspiciousness, meaning thereby may we gain opportunity to listen to Shastra. May I live a life such a way that I am led to Shastra Shravanam Manana Nididhyasam. That is Bhadram. One may gain opportunity to be exposed to Shastra. One may get an opportunity to expose to a competent teacher, a teacher who is Shrotriya as well as Brahmanishta. But then, in absence of Shraddha, in absence of proper attitude, no listening, no Shravanam can take place. It may be just listening like a time pass. Fellow may listen it out. It is like listening out, not a listening and assimilate. So, Bhadram Karane Vishruniyama Devaha implies, may I have proper attitude towards my teacher. May I have proper attitudes towards Shastra. Shastra is Pramanam. And while doing Shravanam, may my mind be free from bhaya, from fear and anxiety and stress, etc. for future. That is also important. And one may have Shraddha. One may have proper attitude towards Shastras and Guru. But then, in absence of subtlety, you need a subtle intellect. You need a discriminative intellect which can discriminate, which can see the difference between the word. One can see the implied meaning of the words the teacher is employing. One can see the context in which the teacher is talking. For that, all this requires a very subtle intellect. So, when it is said, but may we listen to auspiciousness, meaning thereby may I have an opportunity to expose myself to Shastras. When I expose myself to Shastra, may my mind be free from anxiety and fear, etc. May my mind have proper Shraddha, proper attitude towards the teacher and the Shastra, and may I have necessary subtle buddhi, the capacity to discriminate, to see the implied meaning, understand the context of the teaching, and may I keep listening or doing the Shravanam of the Shastra. That is the first Vakya. Badram Karnevihi Shrunuyam Devaha. O Devatas, may we listen auspiciousness. May we listen the sacred thing. May we listen the truth. May we listen that which is meaningful. Human life becomes meaningful only when the life is led in the pursuit of moksha. Otherwise, life is futile. Human life is meaningful when it is spent in the pursuit of Anantam Brahma, infinite Brahman. And if you miss that, that means what? Missing the infinity, the loss is also infinite. So, life is wasted away. Maybe Bhadram Karne Vishruniyam Devaha, meaning thereby, may we live a life in the pursuit of moksha or doing Shravana. And may we enjoy proper attitudes, proper values while studying the Shastra. Bhadram Pashyema Yajatraha. Yajatraha. Yajantam Trayate iti Yajatraha. The devas who are worshipped, who are the recipients of the praise, the devatas who are offered the oblations, that are called Yajatraha. Oh, those devatas, Bhadram Pashyema, may we see auspiciousness. Okay? What does it mean, auspiciousness? The most auspicious is Ishvara. As I said, the most auspicious is Brahman. May we see Brahman. May I gain the vision, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, Neha Nanasti Kinchana. May I gain the vision that whatever is non-separate from Brahman and nothing is away from it. May I have that vision. Bhadram Pashyema. Okay? May we see this auspicious. May I have that auspicious vision in the life. The seeing here is not a perception. Seeing here is referred as something cognitive. May I change cognitively. May my vision of the truth, may my vision, may I have the vision of the truth by which I can see this. Ishavasyam idam sarvam. That is one. Another relative point is there is one sukham, okay, one kind of vishaya sukham. It is called paishunam. Paishunam means what? Parachidra shravana sukham. There is a joy or some vicarious happiness in listening or talking or seeing the limitations of others. No? Ninda sukham. The typical Gujarati kuthli sukham. There is a sukham to talk of somebody ill, to talk ill about somebody. And that's a sukham. It is like that party, this weekly senior citizens party, they get together and they have a lot of money. So they go to a restaurant and book the restaurant 1 hour and then they make so much of a noise. The restaurant fellow got tired of them. He never wanted them, but can't say that. He always kept telling them, please keep quiet, please speak less, etc. Never it worked out. His pleas never worked. One day, the crowd was little more. And all were quiet, not shouting, not talking. So this fellow was surprised. How come these people are so quiet now? How come they are not chit-chatting and shouting? So out of curiosity, he asked that group leader, couple of them, went to that table and asked him, why are you not shouting today? Otherwise, I find you discussing very loudly. And says, what to do? All the members of the group are present today. How there is no subject matter to talk about. We can talk about somebody who is absent. The point is that is called Paishunam. So, Bhadram Karne Vishrunyam Devaha, Bhadram Pashe Makshabir Yajatraha. May we learn not to see the chidras. May we learn not to talk about the ill or limitations or errors of others. May we see only the virtues of others. May we see only the good qualities of others. And may we talk about what is good in them. It is not simply positive thinking, it has to be factual. One can be positive without being factual. Here the prayer is, may we be factual in seeing Bhadram. That's something which is good. That's something which is proper. Then he says, Sthirairangaihi tustuvam sastanubihi vyashema deva hitam yadayu. Deva hitam yadayu. Vyashema. May we have our full lifespan. How? Sthiraihi angaihi. With the limbs and the body being healthy. In other words, may I live a healthy life. Whatever life I have, may I have a healthy life. Sthiraihi angaihi. May my all limbs and the body and the mind be healthy. And then how do you live? You may live healthily, but it may be meaningless living. What type of life, what quality of life that you want? Therefore, he says, Stustuvamsaha tanubihi. Sthirairangai stustuvamsastanubihi. May we have full span of healthy life, but how? Praising the devas and doing those actions which will please them. Please understand what does it mean by deva. Okay? When Ishvara is, devas are non-separate from Ishvara, but when Ishvara is looked upon from various point of view, from various standpoints, we call them as deva. Okay? Same Ishvara who manifests as a creation. This creation is non-separate from the Ishvara. He being the Upadana Karanam, very material cause of the creation, nothing is away from him. And the creation consists of not only few objects and beings, it's very systematic and orderly creation. There is an order in the creation and it functions in an orderly manner. All various orders, various niyamas, various laws are nothing but manifestation of same Ishvara. Ishvara, when looked upon from this point of view, from the orders, he can be referred as Deva. So, Devatas are not separate from Ishvara. You can say various manifestation of omnipotent Ishvara, omniscient Ishvara. His manifestation in the form of light and heat is sun. His manifestation in the form of life is water, etc., water and air, etc. And we can call them as devatas also. When it is said here, may we have full lifespan with healthy limbs and the body, but then we perform actions, deva hitam, perform for the benefit, for the well-beings of devatas, meaning thereby, may we live a contributory life. In our Puja Swamiji's words, may we perform such type of karmas whereby I am not simply a consumer, I become a contributor as well. And in other words, may I live a life of dharma. A dharmic life means contributory life. Okay? Dharmic life is very loosely translated as religious life, which is not true. Dharmic life means a lifestyle which is contributory. I contribute to the entire creation at every level, and whatever I need to do or whatever is enjoined by the Vedas, whatever is enjoined by Smriti, etc., Granthas, I perform that my kartavya karma, and I live such life that is called sthiraihi angaihi tushtuvam sastanumbihi. May we please the devas by such life. Pleasing the devas means, may I live in harmony. May I not rub with the harmony. May I surrender my will to harmony. And may I work or live such a way that harmony is strengthened. Not only maintained, but the harmony is strengthened. The next one is Swastina Indra Vruddhashava. Swastina Purusha Vishwaveda. Vruddhashavaha, one who is praiseworthy, one who is well known, one who deserves praise. That who is that? Indra. Indra means the god of devatas. May that Indra bestow us auspiciousness. Why? Separately, Indra is the Adhisthana Devata of the hands, the Hastayor Indraha. And may he bestow us auspiciousness, meaning thereby, may we perform auspicious karmas. I have been gifted with a Kriya Shakti. May I employ my Kriya Shakti to perform sacred actions, meaning thereby, may I perform only dharmic actions. May I perform those actions which are conducive to me in my pursuit of knowledge. Swastina Indro Vruddhashavaha. Swastina Pusha Vishwavedaha. Pushan means sun. Vishwavedaha means all-knowing sun. That is, I am seeking the grace of Surya, sun. Why do we seek the grace of sun? Two reasons. Yesterday, as I mentioned, it's a natural source of light. And light symbolizes knowledge. And sun is referred as Vishwaveda, one who knows everything as though, all-knowing Surya Devata. May he bestow me with the knowledge. May he grace me in my pursuit of knowledge. May he help me to gain the self-knowledge. That is called Swastina Pusha Vishwaveda. Paramagnanavan Pushan, the one who protects, one who nourishes creation, that Surya Devata gift me with a proper knowledge. In other words, knowledge is not something to be given. It is not quantifiable thing that you give and take. What it means is, may he bless me with a proper intellect, buddhi, which is adhikari, which is fit to gain knowledge, which can appreciate the teachings, can do mananam and nididhyasanam, and can own up the vision of the Shastra. That is called Swastina Usha Vishwaveda. May our intellect be bright like sun. May I be shining like sun, splendor like sun. Swastina Starksho Arishtanemi. Tarkshaha. Tarksha means Garuda, the eagle, what we call it, the Vahanam of the Vishnu. And Garuda is somebody whose movement is unobstructed. Swastina Staraksho Arishtanemihi. Okay? Arishtanemihi, one who has no obstacles in his flight. So also, let there be no obstacle in my flight to moksha. Let us be a little poetic. This is what mysticism. Let there not be any obstacles to my flight to presidency. I think Biden should have prayed this before. Swastinastarksho Arishtanemi. If he flies in the sky without any obstacle, so also let me pursue my knowledge, my Shastra study without any kind of obstacles. At the same time, Garuda is a Vahanam of Vishnu, Lord Bhagavan. So it symbolizes as though Lord travels on Garuda. That means he travels to my intellect on Shastra, on the words of Shastra, revealed by the teacher. That itself is a Garuda. The very teaching is Garuda. Because teaching takes me to Bhagavan, which is there, and teaching is nothing but unfolding the Ishvara, Bhagavan that is non-separate from me. And so let the teaching flow effortlessly. Let the teaching flow without any kind of obstacles. That is called Swasti Nastarksho Arishtanemi. Swastina Brahaspatir Dadhatu. That Brahaspati is a guru of Devatas. So there is a prayer to all the gurus. May all teachers bless me with auspiciousness, with sacredness. May I enjoy Guru Krupa. May I have the blessings of all the teachers. That's a prayer. And that when there is a Guru Krupa, then Shastra Krupa becomes easy. So that the words of the Shastra will reveal to me as it is. Okay? Now, with this Shanti Mantra, we'll start the study of Upanishad. Look at the first mantra of Upanishad. Om Brahma Devanam Prathamah Sambhabhuva. Om Brahma Devanam Prathamah Sambhabhuva. Vishwasya Karta Bhuvanasya Gopta. Vishwasya Karta Bhuvanasya Gopta. Sabrahma Vidyam Sarva Vidya Pratishtham. Sabrahma Vidyam Sarva Vidya Pratishtham. अथर्वाय ज्येष्ठपुत्राय प्राह अथर्वाय ज्येष्ठपुत्राय प्राह ॐ ब्रह्मादेवानां प्रथमः सम्बभूव विश्वस्य कर्ता भुवनस्य गोप्ता ॐ ब्रह्मादेवानां प्रथमः सम्बभूव विश्वस्य कर्ता भुवनस्य गोप्ता स ब्रह्म विद्यां सर्वविद्या प्रतिष्ठाम् अथर्वाय ज्येष्ठपुत्राय प्राह स ब्रह्म विद्यां सर्वविद्या प्रतिष्ठाम् अथर्वाय ज्येष्ठपुत्राय प्राह ब्रह्मा ब्रह्म विद्याम अथर्वाय प्राह. That's a prose order. The Brahmaji taught. Praha means taught. What? Brahma Vidya, knowledge of Brahman. To whom? Atharvaya. Atharva. Who was Atharva? Jyeshtha Putraya Atharvaya Praha. Jyeshtha means the eldest son. Brahmaji taught the knowledge of Brahman, imparted the knowledge of Brahman to his eldest son, or named Atharva. Okay. Who is Brahmaji? There are adjectives of Brahmaji. Then there is one adjective of Vidya, Brahma Vidya. And there is one adjective of Atharva. Okay. What is adjective for Atharva? Jyeshta Putraya Atharvaya. What is adjective for Brahma Vidya? Sarva Vidya Pratishtham Brahma Vidyam. What are the adjectives of Brahmaji? Who is Brahmaji? Devanam Prathamasam Babhuva Brahma, Vishwasya Karta Brahma, Bhuvanasya Gopta Brahma. Three things. Devanam Prathamasam Babhuva. The Brahmaji, among all gods who came into being first. In other words, firstborn. Or in other words, first manifestation of Ishvara in the form of Brahmaji. The firstborn among the Devatas, Brahmaji, Vishwasya Karta, one who is the creator of this entire universe. Bhuvanasya Gopta. Gopta means Rakshayita, protector. Not only he is a creator, but Brahmaji is the protector of this universe, that Brahmaji. So, Brahmaji, who is the firstborn among Devatas, who is not only creator but protector of this entire universe, taught this Brahma Vidya to his eldest son named Atharva. What is that Vidya? No. Sarva Vidya Pratishtham Brahma Vidyam. Sarva Vidya Pratishtham. That which is the most exalted amongst all knowledge. That which is the very substratum of all knowledge. That which is the truth of knowledge, you can say literally, but here it is, that which is most exalted knowledge. The most exalted knowledge, namely Brahma Vidya, knowledge of Brahman, Brahmaji gave to his eldest son Atharva. Jeshtaputraya Atharvaya Praha. Okay. Now, what is this firstborn? That we know. We hear a lot of stories in Puranas also. The first manifestation of Ishvara, Maya Upahita Chaitanya, is Brahma, who is nothing but embodiment of knowledge. For yes, four heads. Four heads signifies four Vedas. Four Vedas means all knowledge. Why he is all knowledge? Because every creation presupposes knowledge. Entire creation presupposes the knowledge of the entire creation, knowledge of everything. So, Brahmaji is sometimes referred to as Sarvagna, one who knows everything. What? Because he is the creator of everything. Vishwasya Karta. Sometimes that Brahmaji is referred as Hiranyagarbha. Okay? Hiranyam garbha yasya saha. Hiranyam means gold. Not that he is a hand which gives golden eggs. It is not that sense. Well, the English proverb turns out to be wrong. Our Rahul Gandhi can give gold from potatoes also. He's a comedy king, Rahul Gandhi, our leader. He said, I'll create a machine where you supply only potatoes as a raw material and you will get gold from the other end. I don't know where has he reached. He is so successful. Generally, he is so successful. He's a very ardent devotee of Mahatma Gandhi, trying to dismantle the Congress, what Gandhiji wanted to do and had suggested. Anyway, coming back to this, we hear, a hen always laid golden eggs. Like that, it is not that Garbha. Hiranya means knowledge. Garbha means who is embodiment of knowledge. Samashti Sukshma Sharira. That is Hiranyagarbha. Samashti, total subtle manifestation of Ishvara. The Ishvara is unmanifest, avyaktaha. But the first manifestation is subtle and then gross. Any creation has always a subtle manifestation in the form of knowledge. A building, if it is built, there is a first subtle manifestation in the minds of an architect. Architect visualizes, designer sees it, and that seeing is in the form of knowledge. So, samashti, total seeing in the form of knowledge is Brahmaji. That's why he is Prathamaha. Because as I said, every creation presupposes the knowledge. Without knowledge, no creation is possible. In a way, any gross creation is nothing but manifestation of knowledge. The whole building which you see outside, 80-story, 90-story, 100-story building, but that is there in the mind of an architect, designer, who has visualized the entire building, who has visualized the whole concept and drawn every detail of it. And then it is actualized. So, creation in a way is nothing but actualization of knowledge, grossification of knowledge. Without knowledge, you cannot create anything. So the first creation has to be total knowledge, that is Brahmaji, Hiranyagarbha. And therefore it is called Prathamas Sambhavuvaha Vishwasya Karta. So all knowledge, it is Brahmaji. So he is the creator of the entire creation, being all knowledge. And Vishwasya Gopta, not only he created, but then he is a protector also, protecting the creation through again various laws, niyamas. And those niyamas are nothing but manifestation of the same knowledge. And he says, Jeshta Putraya Atharvaya Praha. He taught, to whom did he teach? Jeshta Putraya. So that means Brahmaji had many sons. When you say the eldest one, that means he had at least two, minimum two, the younger and the older. But this is the eldest. That means there were many sons. Among all his children, he taught this Vidya to the eldest one, Atharvaya, Jeshtaputraya, Raha. What is this? Brahma Vidya. Brahma Vidya means what? Brahma Pratipadaka Vidya. Brahma Vishayaka Vidya. That knowledge which reveals Brahman. That knowledge which unfolds Brahman. That knowledge which unfolds the identity between individual and total. Esti samasti aikya pratipadaka gnanam. And that knowledge he revealed to his son, his eldest son. What Vidya? Very beautiful adjective. There is one. Sarva Vidya Pratishtham Brahma Vidya. That is the most exalted Vidya. Why most exalted? Samutpannayam Yasam Gnatavyantara Abhavat Gnana Prapti Purushartasya Parisamapti Bhavati Tasmat Sarva Vidya Pratishtha. He revealed the truth. Brahman happens to be the truth of anything and everything that was, is, and will be. That means what? Truth of all. Having known which, we will see that will come in the next later part of this Upanishad mantra. Having known which, having gained which, there is nothing more left out to be known. There is nothing more left out to be gained. Sarva Vidya Pratishtha. Parisamapti Bhavati. All the pursuits come to an end. Come to an end means what? All the pursuits stand fulfilled. The purpose for which one was pursuing Dharma, Artha, Kama, that gets fulfilled. How? All the pursuits are meant only with one objective in the mind, that I want to be happy hereafter. In other words, look at this. It is not the happiness that we are seeking. Okay? It is the freedom from unhappiness that you are seeking first. I want to be free from unhappiness. That is why it is called moksha. Freedom from bondage. Bondage is unhappiness. any sarvam paravasham dukkham, sarvam swavasham sukham. So, any kind of dependency is dukkha, and any kind of freedom, independency is sukham. So, this person, every human heart, is seeking total freedom from being unhappy, which I can't stand myself to be unhappy. So, and this is a vidya which, having gained which, you know that you are that total happiness. You need not seek any happiness further. And that being a case, all the pursuits in terms of searching for happiness, in terms of seeking happiness, come to an end. Sarva vidya pratishtha. Parisamapti hi bhavati. All vidyas are no more necessary to study any further, no more necessary to do anything any further, having gained which you discover complete fulfillment, complete sukha. And that is why Sarva Vidya Pratishtha. And this tradition continues in the second mantra that we'll see next week. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om. Namaste.